What is up, guys? This is your man TLD Crabman, and I am here with another fantastic video. Yeah, and today I'm actually gonna make a pretty lengthy video. I'm not gonna intend to, but I'm gonna try to cover everything you need to know as a new player in Bless Unleashed. Okay, there's a lot of new people coming in to the game, and a lot of people are asking questions, trying to get some help and stuff. So I'm going to give you guys the basic fundamentals that I can remember and share and help with you guys. Okay, so excuse me. To start off, when you get the game, you get to choose out of your classes. Okay, you'll have your ranger, you'll have the zerker, the crusader, and the mage. Excuse me, and the priest. Okay, when you pick those classes, they all do a great job. They do. They all have their roles they play, and they're just overall. It's all on how you want to play. If you want to get up and close, play a crusader or a berserker. If you want to stay ranged, do a ranger, priest, or mage. If you want to do mass amount of damage and be a DPS character, the ranger and the mage are the best way to go. If you want to be a priest, obviously priest. If you don't want to use health potions. So in this game, there is no auto healing. Okay, it's all potions and heals from either accessories or from a priest. So when you start this game, you'll be put into the main menu, and you'll design your character and whatnot, and then you're going to go through the tutorial. Through the tutorial, it'll teach you about your skills and your blessings. So as you're playing the game, you'll get these blessings, which each blessing kind of gets a little better as you go along, but different blessings do different things. And depending on your build, you might want to try, like me, where I play with Lionheart Legacy. Not because I don't have Nightwind, but because I like how Lionheart Legacy, I can stack the erupting arrow, which is the X button here, on top of my mark, and I get buffs non-stop through all of these. Okay, where Crescent Moon, I could get the erupting arrow, but the mark isn't there, which the mark gives, as you can tell here, it gives you fire enchanted arrow, single target, dealing initial damage on impact, then increasing the received damage for 10 seconds. So you can increase the received damage effect up to 20% now, which, yeah, I guess so. Or by whatever amount of damage. This is weird. Anyways, the mark increases everybody's damage. They've kind of played with the skills in a while. I haven't seen that, but it increases the overall damage for everybody, and it's a very good benefit for the team, especially when it comes to DPS checks. Okay, so I'm just going over the basics that you guys are going to need and understand to be able to start the game and enjoy it. But skills are going to be one of them, okay? You're going to get your combo moves down. To me, I found it easiest if you're playing on Xbox. PC's not out yet. But while you're playing on Xbox, to kind of, I like having all of my combos buttons. I don't like having the triggers involved. So to do that, when you go to your normal screen, by pressing the start button, you'll come here. You can actually hit X and go to your settings, and you can actually choose your controller user settings. You can choose the layout. Layout 4 allows you to be able to pick your buttons. So my advice when you're starting the game, you want to pick what controller layout you want to use off the bat. So that way it becomes comfortable and almost muscle memory by the time you're in your 30s and stuff, and you're getting up there in the dungeons and stuff. You're totally comfortable with what you're using. Easy mount controls, I would definitely turn those on. It makes it to where it's kind of like Call of Duty controls when you're riding around on your mount. So to use your mount, you're going to hold the left trigger. You're going to press down on the D-pad. For me, it'll tell you on the left-hand corner how to use it, and this will spawn your mount. Some mounts are a lot easier to use than others. It's all honestly on just what you like to use for your mount. Okay, so that covers the mount, covers the blessings. You got your combos covered, and now because there's class skills, you can use your SSP or your SXP or SP points to buy these passive or active shots over here. Like I said in my previous videos, you got to be careful though, because you can actually be screwing yourself if you don't have the, like for me, I'd screw myself if I bought the flashbang arrow, okay? I would be getting rid of my quick hands, which would be slowing my buff down that I constantly am providing myself. Or if you buy both, you'll actually be getting rid of your reload and have a super long reload time for your arrows. So just kind of toy around with it, see what works best. Honestly though, as a new player, I would focus on getting these passives over here, the max stamina, like over here on the right hand side where the chains and the little lock symbol is. So as you are maxing out your blessings, if you max these out, you unlock the passive ability which travels through all blessings. And what I mean by traveling through, if I unlock all of them like I have here, I now get max stamina plus 10. Well, no matter what blessing I use, I will always get that max stamina plus 10, always. And like this one, reduce Tempest Shot and Tempest Volley and Thundering Arrows cooldown by 3 seconds. That will follow me throughout the rest of the game while I'm playing. Each of these blessings have a passive that you can go through and decide what you think is the best, okay? To get the cool Centurion's Command blessing, you're going to have to unlock all these blessings anyways. For Nightwind, you'll need memory fragments, and Storm Chase, you're also going to need memory fragments that you get from the reputation merchants as you get your reputation up. So, let's get into reputation. Mastery and reputations. Like I said, I'm trying to cover everything I can as fast as possible and as clear and accurate as I can. So when it comes to mastery, these are basically your crafting benches. Honestly, after the update and because of how many pieces of gear that are kind of worthless in the crafting tables, I don't know 100% for the other classes, but I know as a priest and as a ranger, there's nothing I need out of these crafting tables. Unless you find an ancient chest, which are rare chests that spawn around the map, that you can get a recipe to build an A-grade item. But unless it's an A-grade item that's commonly used a lot or people need, it's not going to sell as much and it's not worth it. The only one that's really worth it is the alchemy. And because of the alchemy, you can now turn in your green stones into blue stones, which is very useful and something our community thought they should do as well, and an idea we had as the people. I think the developers are listening very well and going along with what we think we should do. So overall, alchemy is pretty much the only one I would work with. If you want a better look, I can jump into shaping. The best shaping gear I can make. I think this is the obtained. Yeah, these are the items I have. Or no, I don't. Fuck, I don't know. No, so right here. So increase max HP as a ranger. I don't use these boots. I use crit hit boots. Increase attack power. This is actually not a bad shoulder piece. If you get this shoulder piece, I would then work on increasing your shaping skill. But also you'll need decorative leather, which you get decorative leather from your estate, which we'll get into that a little bit later on. But let's see, PvP defense, you might want that. And increased defense, tunic of vigilance. I wouldn't use this one just straight due to the fact that if you're going to run defense, your odds are as a ranger, you're going to run your defense on your leggings. That's the best place for us. My defense is overall about 7,000 or 6,500, and total with health, I'm rocking a little over 1,200, almost 13,000. That's pretty good. That's not bad. So if you can get your defense up through your gear overall to about 8K, I think you're going to be pretty good set for the most part. So that's pretty much it on the crafting. We'll go back into reputations and then I'll get into gear score and stuff like that. So reputation. So as you're going through the game, you're going to be wanting to get these guys honored. And the reason being for that is because you're going to have to get prestige tokens, okay? So at the very beginning, you're going to have to collect materials from specific creatures, and it'll have it marked on your map what materials to get. But you'll gather these materials and turn them into the reputation merchants, or the reputation, it's a daily quest basically. But you'll find where your daily quests are, and as you're turning in these things, after a certain time, you'll get honored within these places. When you become honored, you're then going to do your prestige quest, and you have to be level 25. I don't know if that's still the case, but I know at the time you had to be level 25 and honored. So once you are level 25 and you are honored, you will then start to do these missions right here. Thank God I still have one up. So these are then your prestige quests. So the reason why you're doing these prestige quests is you want these count Rosso reward chests. You want these chests right here. These chests are going to give you prestige tokens. You're going to need about, what is it, 100 prestige tokens? Yeah, so you're going to need 100 prestige tokens to get through the progress wall. So after you've completed the first part of the campaign, you've killed the boss at the end. I'm not going to give too much info away because I want it to be exciting for you guys at the same time. But once you kill the boss at the end, you'll start getting into this stuff, okay? Doing these prestige tokens, you'll get up to 100, and then you're going to go into bloodstones, okay? You get bloodstones from doing field bosses like this. The giant, or do you get... Yeah. You get bloodstones from doing chests like this, and then you're gonna get bloodstones from doing dungeons and stuff of the sort. Dungeons, field bosses, crusades, invasions, those will give you bloodstones, and you're gonna need 500 of those. So in advance, please take my advice. Save up your blue chests, okay? These field boss blues only. Greens they give you bloodstones, but it's not a lot. I had about 25 blue chests, and it was enough for me to completely have all 500 bloodstones today. So I finished my prestige quest tokens today and my bloodstones today, and now I'm working on warrior talents, which is next. So warrior talents, if you press start and you hit the right trigger, you will scroll down and you will have warrior talents. So at the very bottom, as you can tell, I have 132 warrior talents. This is the last progress wall you're going to run into before you start going into jungles, okay, and their quests and their reputation, their regionals and stuff. So when it comes to warrior talents, the easiest way I have found to get them, is the dungeon chest. If you can and resist the urge of opening your dungeon chests, and they're like, let's see here, which dungeons would be best for it. So pretty much, any of the 5-player dungeons. If you get any chests from these, please hold on to them. I know it's hard and you can't resist opening it and possibly getting an A-grade item, but saving these chests and saving your sealed chest keys it's going to help you with your warrior talents big time, okay? It's going to be a little harder because you have to save your sealed chest keys, but it will help, I promise. If you can at all, any way, shape, or form, do it. But if not, then you can just run these dungeons, use your sealed chest keys, and you'll get your warrior talents that way, and you'll be able to progress the rest of the way through the story. Okay, so now that we covered mastery, reputation, we've covered how to use your mount, we've covered the skills and blessings, let's get into your bag. And we're going to start doing about gear score and runes and how to prepare to make your build. Okay, so when it comes to gear score, it's just like any other game, Destiny or any pretty much MMO. You have an overall gear score rating. So as you can see, the gear score on this item on my head is a 116 with a defense of 784. So most of your defense you're going to get is going to be from your gear. And it is, as you're getting higher gear score and you're leveling it up, you'll get more defense. So don't worry so much on defense unless you're a crusader or a priest. Now, granted, you want to have a decent amount, and if you feel like you're a little too squishy and you're down a lot, you might need to increase your defense a little bit or upgrade your gear a little more. So, anyways, back with the bloody headdress here. As you can see, it says it's a bloody headdress plus 4. So that this item has been upgraded 4 times or enhanced. And how enhancing works is you're going to go from gray, green, blue, purple, yellow, red, okay? Now, to be honest, I wouldn't worry about enhancing shit until you're in the purple range, purple Bs. So it's a color tier and a letter tier. So as you can see, this item is a purple A piece. Now, if we come up here to my secondary, this is a yellow B piece. So for certain classes, there are some B grade items that are better, but the B or the how the letter tier goes, it's gonna go. I think it goes A B C D E. It goes E D. I'm having to do the alphabet backwards, so give me a second. E D C B A, and I'm super dyslexic, so it's like totally fucking with me. But the A is the best and E is the worst, okay? So you want to get A grade items the best you can. And if you find a B gear piece of gear, like for Rangers, there was a lot of B items that worked. There wasn't good A grade items for like a chest piece. Now there is after this update. But that's how it works. So you want to get, before enhancing anything, in my opinion, just play the campaign, go through, do the best you can do, and when you start picking up purple C items, I would start wearing those purple C items, and then as you get further, you'll start picking up purple B items or blue B items. When you start picking up B items, start equipping those, because your gear is going to be set off of B items for quite a while, until you can start running dungeons for A grade items. Now, this is putting into mind that you don't have the premium battle pass. If you do have the premium battle pass, you're gonna get stars, which are gonna help you out and teach you, or it'll make it easier for you to get gear. But please try not to waste stars on upgrading a fucking green or a green, and try even harder not to upgrade on blue items, okay? Because you can pick up most of the purple Bs from dungeons. You really can. So you guys should just, I mean, seriously, just save your stars until you get into the B and A grade items. Back in the day when the game first came out, that wasn't the case. A lot of my videos are based from 3 months ago are based around how to do it then. This is now, okay? This is after the updates and everything. This is the best way, in my opinion, to do it. If you're smart and this is like your second character, or well, I guess because it's your first, but basically, if you get a butt ton of stars over time, if you see an item that you're like for instance, my chest piece here, and you're like, wow, that's an amazing item, it's an A grade, and it's already purple, and it increases critical hit rate plus whatever, I'm going to get that item. Use your stars then to get that A grade, because this is end game gear. This is the gear that you're shooting to have by the end of the game. Okay, let me start off before we get into because I have a separate video on enhancing and how that works, and you guys can check that out. But let me explain stars really quick, okay? Okay, so yes, starseeds. So if you come over here to the starseed exchange, her name's Olvera, and she's all over the place. Same person everywhere you go. Kind of like Pokemon. But if you come over here and you say, please exchange some starseeds, you will exchange gold for your stars, okay? And this is pretty much one of the guaranteed methods of getting starseeds. Now, as you're playing the game, you'll learn about selling items in the marketplace, which I will take us over to the marketplace. This is how you're really going to make your stars, is coming here and selling A-grade items or your farmed items. There's a lot of different multiple ways of making stars here, but this is where you will make most of your profit and get most of your gear. It's pretty self-explanatory. If you need a bow, you come in here and you'll see all these bows. You want to find which one works best with your build, yada, yada, yada. You guys understand how this will work. It's pretty, like I said, self-explanatory. Now, I think the most important thing, in my opinion, when it comes to being a new player, and I wish somebody would have told me this, is your build, okay? If you have the stars to start on your build, cool. But when you're starting your build, please focus on the runes, okay? You're going to focus on the runes, and you're going to focus on your accessories down here. This is literally, the necklace and the ring is the reason why runes are important, period. Like, if it wasn't for these two items down here, nobody would give a rat's ass about runes, because there's no benefit to it with anything else, okay? These items are the only things that need it. So, When it comes to a necklace, the odds of you getting a necklace aren't going to be for a while. You can get one, but it takes a while. This necklace right here is about a 200,000 star seed necklace. As you can see, I need three three out of three white runes for the PvP defense, and I needed three red runes for the penetration, and 11 yellow runes for the defense. So I don't care for the defense because my defense it will get up there as my gear gets up to mythic. So defense is not as important to me. What I wanted from this was the penetration. That helps me with dungeon bosses tremendously, and it gives me that little extra umph when I go into dungeons. When it comes to rings, there's a new ring that's got lifesteal on it. Excuse me, that's called the Whispering Serpent Ring, or something like that. And it's got lifesteal on it. It's an amazing ring, and it needs a ton of green runes. But go through the marketplace and look at these accessories. As soon as you could do that, decide on what kind of runes you want and what kind of gear or rings and necklace you want to rock, so that way you can get gear with those runes in it. As you can tell, I don't have a lot of green runes, so I'm not going to be able to rock the ring that I'm wanting unless I can somehow manage to pull green runes out my ass. I don't see it happening, but that's okay. Because as I'm leveling up this gear, okay, for instance, my chest piece, let's look at that. So my chest piece has a red and a white rune, right? Let's say I level it up all the way and it's got two yellows. Well, for somebody who is rocking this ring right here that wants, or the necklace, and they need those yellows, my armor piece might be perfect for their build. So don't be afraid to you know, start off on the bottom of the rings and necklaces. So like for me, the Horde ring was the perfect ring for a long time. You get a 4.5% crit hit rate with a 1 or 3% gold gain for just one white and one purple. Like, that's awesome. That's not bad. But over time, if you feel like you want to change out your pieces, you can and sell your old piece, because now that it's been enhanced or upgraded over time, it's worth more stars, and you can get those stars and go buy the gear that you want to buy. Depending on your class. I know Crusaders and Zerkers have some really expensive ass gear, and mages have some really expensive ass gear too. But that's what you want to base your build off of when it comes to runes, okay? When it comes to runes, base it off the accessories. When it comes to your actual build, look at your blessing. Okay, every item in the game and every piece of gear has a benefit to each blessing, to different things in the blessing, okay? So, for example, if I come over to my bag and I show you guys my patrol quiver, using reload increases critical hit rate plus 4% for 5 seconds. Well, the reload's on pretty much every blessing, so that one's probably not the best. Here, we'll do this one. Using Erupting Arrow increases your attack power plus 6.3% for 7 seconds. That means every time I use my Erupting Arrow, boom, another buff. Every time I reload, boom, another buff. And then if I come over, I'm pretty sure it is my waist. You reduce Erupting Arrow cooldown by a negative 3.5 seconds. So now my cooldown's even shorter, so now I can shoot my Erupting Arrow even faster and gain that buff even more every time. So you really want to base your build off of the blessing and the runes, or your blessing and your accessories, and that's how you'll determine what runes you need and what armor and gear you want to use. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that have builds. I'll put my finished archer build on. I did an earlier game build for it, but I will show you guys my finished build. I have almost all A grade items, except for obviously rings and necklace. When it comes to rings and necklaces, don't worry too much on the color or the letter tier. That's not what's important. What's important is the buffs that you need for your build. But when it comes to normal gear, yes. So that pretty much covers the gear score, your armor rating, the buffs, the runes. Pretty much it for that. You have your stable here if you want to see what mounts you can unlock, how to unlock them, how to get them. You have your campaigns here, which is the Second is 50,000, and the next two are 300,000. These pretty much just give you rewards for completing the game's storyline and quests, which you'll actually need this campaign here to do the Centurion's command. And I don't know about this one, I haven't bought it yet, but I think that's pretty much it for those. You have your unions here. There's union quest lines that you can do that will give you one of these 3 abilities and a boon that you can receive towards the end of the game. Like I said, I'm not going to get too in depth with these because this is a beginner's tutorial and not so much the advanced stuff. So here's your Blessed Pass up in the top left hand corner. With your Blessed Pass, these are the missions you can do that will unlock tier rewards within your Blessed Pass. As you can see, all mine are maxed out because I'm an impatient bastard and I just went and bought it and got it done and over the way with. Because as a YouTuber, we tend to be slower in progress throughout the game due to the fact that we're trying to make content at the same time and spending stars on other things to make content for everybody. So that way, at our loss, you can gain knowledge. So I went and bought like 100 something map fragments, which cost me around like 200,000 stars, so we could see what were the odds of getting a mount out of this chest, and it was horrible. But everybody knows now, you know, hey, don't don't waste your stars on map fragments. So you have your Lumen Shop here. If you want to spend money in here, you can. There are things in here. So you have boosters. Your basic and advanced starseed booster you could use at the same time. These boosters here will increase your basic starseed exchange. So the gold for star lady that I showed you, these will increase the amount of stars that you get each time. Oh man, excuse me. There's a bunch of items in here that you can look. Skins, styles, all kinds of goodies in there that they got for sale that supports the developers. But you have your trials and titles. These are kind of like achievements. You can get warrior talents from one or a few of these. I don't know the exact ones. I can't remember 100%. But there are trials in here that give you warrior talents for when you hit that progression wall. I'm pretty sure. Alright, so if you hit the double box, this is your map. You guys will end up starting... Whoa. Bear with me here because there's a bug with the map at the moment. But you'll end up starting around here, okay? Actually, more up here after the tutorial. You come down, you'll do the Wolf King and stuff like that. And this is where your campaign will start. Your campaign mission, when you guys are doing this, okay? Through your quest log, you can see it. This is what your main campaign icon will look like, okay? Your blessing quests are right here. And then you have your repeatables. It'll say repeat next to it. And then these items right here are usually rewarded for doing, there's certain little rewards you get for killing field bosses your first time that you could turn in, or whenever this pops up. Let's see here. I'm trying to see if I could find one of the unions, but I don't have one. Each union quest line will have a union icon. I think you meet your first one in... I want to say Navarra. Yeah, in Navarra towards the bottom left-hand corner. So I'll show you guys. Your first union quest line that you should run into is with the Arendelle Traders. And it will be about right around this area. He's a cool little dude. It'll look like this. This is the Arendelle Traders or Artesian Society quest line that you can do with those guys. Your friends list here. If you want to invite your friends to join you while you're playing the game, you can come here and invite them there, or you can go to your guild, or you can go to recommended. Damn, I don't know why it's saying everybody's offline, but or you can invite people this way to your party, and it says invite to party, but it's actually your game in-game party, so they'll be able to play with you. To get to your estate, you will need to be level 25 and defeated the final boss. At your estate, you'll be able to do multiple different things, which I have videos on your estate and how that stuff works. You can check those out throughout the channel. But the estate allows you to basically have farm or auto farm NPCs. They'll farm materials for you, get you items, and get you different things that you can use within the game. That are pretty helpful, and you can look more in depth in another video. If you come to one of these soul pyres, you can actually sit and share food. So there are foods out here, okay? These foods will give you different abilities, different items, and different things that you can eat. Maybe increase in buff or stuff like that. There's multiple items in the game that do this. There's elixirs, as you can see in the bottom left hand corner. I have some elixirs. These are your health pots. There's different levels of healing pots that are in the game that you can use. This stuff you guys will find out very quickly and very early on what they're for and stuff. There's emotes, and then like right here, this is where your food is. You can use these food. There's lunch boxes and shared meals that you can share with your friends, or the lunch boxes are for you personally. That will also give you buffs and stuff that you can use. You can cook these foods yourself in the game, which will increase your cooking, which isn't actually a bad skill line to go. I know I said alchemy is pretty much the only one to focus on, but cooking is not a bad way to go either. So every time you do a dungeon, you can come in here, okay? And you can salvage items. When you salvage these items, you're gonna get cores and shards and stones. Okay, these items are used for enhancing. Shards not so much, because you shouldn't be enhancing green items. So don't worry too much on shards. That I have a video on what you could do with shards earlier. You can check that video out. But as you're salvaging these items are what's going to give you cores and currency that you will use to the enhancer. So if you come over here, I'll show you really quick what those items are. So as you can tell, I need 28,000 stars, 941 cores, 0 gold, and several weapon sigils to upgrade. So how sigils and all that stuff works, I have a video for it, but I'll quickly run it. So for legendary items, okay, you're gonna need legendary embers. If I can find one that's like, oh, I guess I can't enhance anything, so it's not gonna allow me. But legendary items will use legendary or purple embers depending on the tier. So B items tend to use purple sigils, and then A grade items use legendary sigils. Okay, it's very self-explanatory. There's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Like, you need cores and stars, and you'll unlock that as you're playing the game. The game will teach you these things. Like I said, this was just a quick rundown for new players on how to play this game off the bat. And now that you have a general idea on what you're going to try and work on, what your focus is, we've covered majority of everything you're going to need to know at the beginning. Over time, you will learn. And if you have questions, don't be afraid to ask. When you see in chat, you're going to see acronyms and you have no idea what they're about, ask. I guarantee you somebody in chat will tell you what it means, and they're not going to be a dick about it. Some might be a dick, but most won't. They'll help you out. That's pretty much it. Sub here if you're not a subscriber already. I do a lot of BlessCon, a lot of help tutorials, quick tip tricks, everything I can to help you guys out and to make the community as awesome as I can. If you're interested in joining the Discord, there is a link down below that will take you to all the people in our community and our admins, and just overall a giant group of friends that play the game a lot and really like to help each other out and play together. You can join there. We do have a buy and sell page on there as well, our channel. As well as if you want the latest updates and news on Bless Unleashed, you can go there as well, and it's automatically comes from Bless Unleashed to our Discord, and you can check it out for yourself. Let me think here. If you're new to my channel, I like comments. Most important thing to me is comments and talking with you guys as a public. If you have any questions or if there's anything you want to talk about, please comment down below and let me know what you think. If you want to be first to see one of my videos and you want to see in advance what's all going on and you want to watch, go click on the link to my Twitch. I upload all my videos from Twitch, edit them, and then put it online. So if you want to see me in raw action, non-edited, and see my dyslexic at its worst, go to my Twitch and you guys can come check it out for yourself. I think that's pretty much it. I appreciate all you guys coming and hanging out with me and watching, and I'll see y'all next time in the next video. Peace.